We've got breaking news tonight on the IRS targeting of conservatives and new emails that surfaced today thanks to a court order and a FOIA request. Now, these emails show IRS officials in Washington working on the effort to challenge right-wing groups, and they also show Senator Carl Levin actively and aggressively pushing the IRS to go after 4 of these groups in particular. Katie Pavlich is the Fox News contributor and news editor for townhall.com. Katie, good evening. Good to have you here today.
Hi, Martha. Good to see you.
So what have we learned here tonight?
So through a Freedom of Information request lawsuit, Judicial Watch has released this set of emails showing that Michigan Senator Carl Levin was in direct contact with the IRS throughout 2012 about how specifically they could target conservative groups. Now, those emails started early on in 2012, but yet they continued and got more panicked closer to the election in, of course, November of 2012. There are multiple emails, and the response from not low-level rogue agents in the IRS, but the former deputy commissioner, the deputy IRS commissioner, Stephen Miller, communicating with Senator Levin about how they could dig through the regulations to find something to revoke the tax-exempt status of these conservative groups.
And in fact, he gets, as you say, more persistent, and he wants them to basically use the power that they have to crack down on groups that are using, that are basically expending more political power than they should be, in his opinion, as tax-exempt organizations are allowed to do. Stephen Miller, who we all remember hearing from in the testimony before Congress, basically assures him, don't worry, we have broad discretion in this matter, and we will indeed use it. Let's take a look at a couple of these emails that are showing a very close connection between what was happening in Washington. This one that we're looking at right now from September 27, 2012, this is in the Levin exchanges, and it shows a number of groups, Crossroads, Priorities USA, Americans for Prosperity, Patriot Majority USA, that he is particularly concerned about. Right, Katie?
Absolutely. And this was he had a list of groups that he wanted targeted. Susan B. Anthony, which is a pro-life group, was also targeted, not necessarily Tea Party groups. And you look at the language used here, and you have Stephen Miller, who, again, I want to stress, was a high-level IRS official saying, don't worry, we can find something, and we have leeway when it comes to asking agents to specifically ask these groups certain questions about their tax-exempt status and what that means. And as president of Judicial Watch, Tom Fitton, said, look, this is no longer just about the IRS. This is now a scandal that has ensnared high-profile members of Congress. And Carl Levin is not the first senator or the first member of Congress that we've seen involved in this scandal. Let's not forget about a month ago the emails that came out showing that ranking member of the House Oversight Committee, Elijah Cummings, was in contact with the IRS about tax-exempt groups. We have multiple Democrats on a public stage calling for the IRS to single out these groups that they didn't like in an election year. And now we have the evidence showing that it was high-level officials at the IRS communicating directly with a Democrat who was concerned about his reelection.
One more of these emails, Katie. This one is from Steve Grodnitzky. It says EOT is working the Tea Party applications in coordination with Cincy. We are developing a few applications here in D.C., it says, and we are providing copies of our development letters with the agent to use as examples in the development of these cases, which shows that there was clearly a lot of communication back and forth between Cincinnati and D.C. Now, Carl Levin's office, Katie, says that he has disclosed these papers prior to this and that he was, even-handed in his scrutiny of these groups. But it looks like 11 of them were Tea Party-affiliated groups. One could be considered a liberal group, correct?
Absolutely. So they can say, we've heard this argument from the left that this was applied to everyone. When you actually look at the numbers and the names that he was calling to be investigated, it was certainly conservative groups. So real quickly, I want to go back to that email that you just read.
Quickly, yeah.
The specific part about looking at the cases. Let's not forget about the Lois Lerner emails that we're discussing with the DOJ, possible criminal prosecution of these groups. So those are the cases that they're referring to.
All right. Thanks for clarifying, Katie. Thank you very much.
Thank you.